Hello everyone, I am Neelam Choudhary, your host for the web series Django Project Based Learning. So, in this series, you will learn Django with the help of the project. So, before we jump into today's topic, do me a favor. Give that like button a quick tap, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I hope you have subscribed my channel. So, if you have subscribed, let us begin with today's topic. So, this tutorial is part 2 of templates. In part 1 of templates, we have already covered this topic. If you want to go through this topic, kindly go through the previous tutorial. In this tutorial, we will be talking about the template inheritance and extending the templates. The template inheritance basically allows you to create a base template that defines the overall structure of your HTML document, and then we can extend or override a specific section of the base template in the child templates. The template inheritance is similar to the concept of inheritance you have studied in Python. So whenever there is a child class who wants to use a piece of code which is already there in another class, what we do? We inherit it from that parent class. So the child class is going to inherit it from the parent class, which will have all the properties of the parent class, plus it will have its own functions and the properties. Similarly, over here also, if there is a child template who wants to use the same templates of the parent template, then we can go for the template inheritance. We go for the template inheritance whenever we don't want to run the code again and again, okay? So, even if you have not understood what is template inheritance, don't worry. When you will see practically, you will be able to understand it. Now, to achieve the template inheritance, there are certain tags that we use. First is the include tag. It is used whenever we want to reuse a common piece of HTML across multiple templates. So, suppose there is a child template. He wants to use the same piece of code which is already written in another template. Then we go for the include tag. With the help of the include tag, we'll copy the parent template as it is. You will not do any changes in that piece of code. Then comes the extend tag. It is used to create a template that inherits from the another template. Means over here also you are going to reuse a common piece of HTML code from the another template. But over here, you can change the content of the template. You can add your own content. You can use a parent content as well. So in the include tag, you do not change the parent template. In the extend tag, you can change the contents of the parent template as well. Okay. Then the block tag. As I have said, in the extend tag, you can change the content of the parent template. So to change that content, we use a block tag. With the help of this, we can override a specific part of the template. Then block.super is basically to include the content of the parent block. So if you want to include the content of the parent block, we'll go for this. Now, let us see each and every tags in detail in practically so that you can understand what is template inheritance and when to go for which tags. Okay. So to explain the template inheritance, what I have done, I have already created a project. Okay. So on this link, what you can see on the home page, you can see the navigation bar and you can see this detail. When I click on details link, what happens on this link? Again, you can see the navigation bar and you can see the details of that particular page. So now let us see how I have done this particular code in the VS Code editor as well. If we'll come to the VS Code editor, if you don't know how the project has been created, how to link the pages and everything, kindly go through my previous tutorial and you will understand it. Okay. So what I have done, I've created a project named library, and in that library, I have included the application that I've created books. Then I've created a URL in the application, and that URL I've included in my project. When you will go in the application, you will see the URLs. Since I have two functions, I have two URL. The first function is attached on the home page. The second function is attached on book detail. So let us see that functions as well. This is the first function which is going to render index.html file. This is the second function which is going to render book details.html file. Okay. So when we come over here and when I click on the home page, it renders which page? Index.html. So let us see this index.html as well. So if you don't know how to create an HTML page, we can create with the help of the Bootstrap as well. We will go to the Bootstrap website. We'll click on Read Documents. And you can copy the structure from here, HTML. It will have the head. In the head, it will already include the Bootstrap link. We are going to use a Bootstrap for this particular tutorial. And in the body, we include our own body. I've copied this from here and I've pasted it over here. Okay. And in that, what I have done, then I have included the navigation bar. How to include the navigation bar? If you don't know, just write the nav bar over here and it will give you the code for that as well. So you can copy from here and you can paste it in your code. Okay. So same thing I have done over here. So if you'll see this code, so it has a HTML document, the starting head, and the title that I have given is index over here. Then in the body, first I want to have what? Navigation bar. So I've included the code for the navigation bar. Then I've created a container, a row, and in H6 tag, I've included the detail of that page. Okay. So this is how my index.html looks like. Now let us see how the book details.html looks like. The book details.html is also having the HTML tags. It is also having the navigation bar because I want the navigation bar on both the pages. So code is same. Then what I want a container and a row. Only the detail over here is changing. Let us compare both the files. So you will understand when to go for the inheritance. So now if you will see the index.html and if you will see book details.html, this code is saying this entire code is similar to this code. The only change you can see is the index. Over here, the index title that I have given is index. Over here, the title that I have given is book details. The rest of the code is same till here. Then I have in the body, I have included the navigation bar. Navigation bar is also similar. I have done, the code is same. No changes you can see. Then when you go to the container, inside the container, I have included H6 tag. And over here in the container, I have H5 tag and the URL tag. So only this piece of code is changing. Rest of the thing is what? Same as it is. So what I'm doing, although the code are same, I'm writing the same code in index.html again. I'm writing in the book details.html again. So now I'm having only 2 pages. When you will create a project, you will be having about 10 to 12 pages. So if the code is getting repeated again and again, will you write the same code again and again? No. So that time we go for the template inheritance. So what I will do, I will come over here and I will include one more. I will create a base.html. Whatever name you want, you can give it. Normally, we give the name as base.html only. What I will do, I will copy the entire code of index.html. This templates folder I have created within the books, okay? So since I have included this within the books, I have not changed anything in the settings.py file, okay? So I will copy this code and I will paste it in the base.html. So what I'm supposed to change, this will change. Index can change because in index.html, the title is index. In books, details.html, the title is what? It is details. So since this can change, what we do, we write inside the block tag. So I will write block. You are supposed to give the name to a block tags. Whatever name you want, you can give it. Since it includes title, I will give the name as title. Then you will end that block with the help of end block. Okay. Now, since I have given the name to this block, I can give the name over here. It is optional, whether you want to give it or you don't want to give it. But it is the best practice to give the name over here as well. So within that, I can write title or whatever you want. Okay. So it means this block can be overridden in the child template. Now I can change this title. In one file, I can keep it title. In the other file, I can keep it as details. Okay. So this block is going to change. That is why I have placed it in the block tags. Then The navigation bar is as it is. Now what I want to do, this will change. I will remove this, and what I will do instead of this, I will put a tag over here. Block. Over here, I'm going to have the content. Whatever name you want, you can give it to this particular block. Since it is going to have the content in it, I have given the name as content. Block content. So I have closed that. So over here, the data can change. It is not compulsory that you will have only one block tag. You can have as many as you want. Suppose I want to have another one. I can give this as block tag content 2. Whatever name you want, you can give it. I have given 2. Okay. So I have included 2 block tags. This is what my base template will look like. Why? Since this is a piece of code that is getting repeated again and again. I've written in the base.html. Over here, the title may change. So I've written within the block tag. Rest of the thing will be same. And this will change. That is why I've included 2 block tags. Okay. You can have 1, 2 or as many block tags as you want. And if you have 3 block tags over here, the child tag may have 1, 2 or all the 3 block tags. Okay. So now what I will do, I will go in the index.html. Since this code I have already written in the base.html, I will remove this code from here till here. And I will remove this code as well because it is already present in the base.html. And what I will do over here, I will write extends, which template I want to extend, base.html. What is the path in the template? Directly we have base.html, so I can write base.html and this. So what will happen now? It will automatically include the base.html within the index.html. And now I want to write this where I want to write within this block tag. I will copy this block tag. I will paste it over here. And within this block tag, I will write my content. What is going to happen? The base.html entire code will now be available in index.html. And whatever I have written over here will get overridden over here. So within this block, this will be present. Okay. Although I have 2 block tags over here, I have used only 1 block tag. That is totally fine. Okay. So now let me do the same thing in books.html. This entire code is what? Same. So let me remove it because it is already there in the base.html. Again, I want to extend. I will copy this code. Base.html, you will have that. And in the block tag, in this block tag, I want to include my content. So it will include my content. So now let us see how this project is going to look like. Let me close it. Let me refresh it. See, on the home page and details. I am not writing the same code again and again. So now again, suppose I want to create a new HTML file. What I will do, I will directly include the base.html. So the basic structure of your HTML will now be available in the base.html and you just have to inherit it from that particular thing. And whatever content you want to write, you can use this block tag and you can write your content. Okay. Now, when do we go for the, so you have understood the extend tag, you have understood the block tag. Now, let us see the super dot block as well. See, over here, the title tag, we have not changed the title tag. Let us change the title as well. So the title over here is what? Title. So if I'm not going to change this, what will be the title on the home page? It is title. On details page also, again, the title is what? Title only. But I want to change in the book details.html file. So I'll come over here and what I will do, I will use that tag and whatever is written in that tag, I will change it. So now what will happen? Now when I will refresh it, it has become details. So can you see in the index.html, I have changed the content of only one block. Whereas in block details.html, I have changed the content of this block plus this block. Okay. Suppose I want to write details plus I want to use whatever was written within this block. So what is written in this block? Title. So I want to see that also plus my content. Then I will write block dot super. What is going to happen now? I will have title details. Means whatever original content was there within this block, I will have that content, that is parent content, plus my own content. Okay. So I hope block.super is also clear. Now let us understand what is include. So if you'll see the base.html, this navigation bar is what saying. So what we'll do, whenever we write a project, we try to keep the HTML file as simple as it is. We don't want to write multiple codes in it. What I will do, I will create one more HTML file, navbar.html. So this entire code, which is there, I will put it in a new file. I'll copy this entire code and I will paste it over here. And I will save this file. Okay. And that code that I have written, now I will include over here. Where I want to include over here now, I will write hash include, %include, which file? navbar.html. You have to give the path of that file. Since everything is in the same folder, you can directly write the name of the file. If it is in the different folder, you give, like in templates, it is in app1, then in book2. So you will write app1/book2/ the name of the file. Okay. So now what will happen? This HTML code will now be included over here. Over here, whatever code you are including, you cannot do any changes over here. It will be copied as it is. Now let us see, refresh. Everything is working fine. Yes. See. So today we have seen template inheritance. In that we have talked about the include tag. So whenever there is a piece of code which is going to remain same, you can put it in another HTML file and you can directly include in any file. Okay. And whenever you are going to include that piece of code, remember you cannot do any changes in that piece of code. So any code which is going to remain same and you are going to use in multiple HTML file, just put it in another HTML file and use it with the help of include tag. Now any piece of code which you want to use it again and again in different files, you can put it in one base.html file or whatever name you want. And over that, whatever content is going to change, you can put it in the block tag. Like in this structure, what content will change? The title may change. So I've put it inside the block tag. You give the name to the block tag, whatever you want. Then over here, even this piece of code can change. That is why I have included the block tags over here as well. So when I'm using this in the child HTML, I just have to extend. You have to give the path over here and you will extend it. And whatever content you want to change, I want to change the content of here. So I have already given the block tag. Use that block tag and change the content inside. Similarly, in book details, what I have done, I have extended the base.html. I wanted to change the content of this block as well. Block title. That is why I have copied the block title. And I wanted to change the content of this block as well. So that is why I have included that block. So block content, what it does, the block tag, it overrides the content of the parent template. And when you don't want to overwrite, you want to have the content of the parent template plus the child template, we use block.super. So what was happening? Whatever is there over here title plus was having its own content. Now let me give one more example. Over here we are having two blocks and we are using only one block. Over here also I have used one block. Over here also I have used the block content. Suppose in the block content 2 you write something like block 2 and you're not changing the content of that particular block over here. You're not changing the content on that particular block over here as well. Let us see on the output. Let me refresh it. See, it will be copied as it is. So in that content I've written block 2. So whatever you have written in the base.html will be copied as it is in index.html. Now if you want this block content should not have anything, what you will do, you will copy and you will override over here. And again, if you don't want this block content should have anything over here, you copy it and you will paste it over here. And then now, see. So whenever you are going to create a block content, remember, whenever you are using the block tag will be copied in the child template as it is. If you want to change the content, you will copy that content and you will change that content. That is what it will override the given content of the parent HTML. And if you want to include the parent content plus your own content, then we go for the block.super. So that is why whenever we create the block content within the base.html file, we always keep it blank. Okay, don't write anything over there. But if you want to use the same content again and again, then we can write within the block content. Okay, so we have studied about the include tag whenever you want to keep the piece of code as it is. Extend tag whenever you want to reuse a piece of code and you want to change the content, we do it with the help of the block tag. And whenever you want to use a parent tag, parent detail as well, we go for the block.super. So this is all about the template inheritance. I hope the template inheritance is clear. If there is anything that you have not understood, kindly write down in the comment box. I will help you out. So before we end, kindly like and subscribe the channel as it will boost me to create many more videos, and I will be coming with the next video very soon. Till that time, if you have any doubts in any video, kindly write down in the comment box. I will give you the replies. Thank you. Bye.